Dear student, in this lecture video, we studied about the preventive and emergency controls of the interconnected power system. The previous lecture video, we studied about the various controls used in the power system and then what are the controls used in the operating states. Out of these controls, we only detailed studied about the preventive and emergency control of the interconnected power system. The first one is preventive control. What is mean by preventive control? The name itself is there. Before that means occur the breakdown, that means contingency, we take the control action, that is called as a preventive control. The preventive control is meant to keep the power system in the normal state or bring it back to the normal state from the alert state. That means from alert state to normal state. That is nothing but the preventive control action taken place. Okay. The preventive control is nothing but the automatic control system only. Okay. The automatic controls are provided for frequency and voltage control. We maintain the constant frequency and constant voltage. How can we maintain the constant frequency? Automatic load frequency control, ALFC, is used for maintaining the constant frequency. The voltage, how to maintaining? Automatic voltage regulator. Okay. The preventive control measures are also used for bringing the power system back to the normal state from the alert state. Okay. What are the preventive control measures are used in the interconnected power system? Okay. The first one is the rescheduling of active power generated by the various units to match the changing load. That means the generation match with the load demand only. That is nothing but the rescheduling of active power generated. The second one is startup of generation units. Because a startup cost also is there. The startup cost means when cooling as well as banking. Two approaches is used in the power system for unit commitment. One is startup cost when cooling, another approach is startup cost when banking. So here the startup of that means the generating units and providing adequate spinning reserve. So that startup cost and the spinning reserve we have to study in the that means the unit commitment chapter only. Later we studied. Okay. The switching of shunt elements for reactive power control. For reactive power control, we are using switching up shunt elements. That means the reactance is shunted or is paralleled the load side or receiving side or sending end side, like that. Okay, that is the switching of shunt elements is used for reactive power control. This is the another preventive control measure. Then these are the measures that means is used to help to maintain the voltage within the desired limit only. Okay. Then the other preventive control measures is nothing but change of reference points of the controllable devices. What are the controllable devices? The example is fax controllers, phase shifting transformers. Okay. And then the second preventive control measure is change in the voltage reference points of generators and the voltage control devices. Then the third preventive control measure is change of substation configuration, like bus bar splitting. In a single bus bar system is there, double bus bar system also is there. Okay, so these are the preventive control measures which are used in the power system for preventive control action. For what purpose? The power system bring back to normal state from the alert state only. Okay, so this is the preventive control. So first you write the definition of preventive control, and then next it is whether automatic or not. Then next, what are the preventive control measures are taken in the power system. This is the preventive control. The next one is emergency controls. Okay, the emergency control, that means the operating that means the power system is in the emergency operating state. At the time we can take the emergency control measures. What are the emergency? Why you have to take the emergency control? To stop the worsening situations only, and then the prevent degradation of the system. Another is the cascade failure effect. The cascade failure effect means and then bring back the system to the alert state. Okay, yeah. So this is the cascading failure means here one generator is there. Okay, here one generating unit is there. Both are interconnected through two die lines. This is line 1 and line 2. So the generator 1 generation capacity is 10 megawatt, and then the generator 2 is 10 megawatt capacity. So therefore the load is 20 megawatt, our load demand. Okay, but we designing the transmission line 1 and 2 10 megawatt each. Okay, so cascading means first failure. Suppose the line 1 is open or outage. Okay, so the line 2 only carry the 20 megawatts. How it is possible? It becomes overloaded, because we designed the line 2 is the rated for 10 megawatt only. If 20 megawatt, the line 2 carries 20 megawatt means it becomes overloaded. This is the one outage. Okay, first outage, the line 1, that means open, first outage. Then cascading means what? Due to this failure, the line 2 carry the extra load, again 10 megawatt, so totally 20 megawatt carry. So what happened? The line 2 becomes overloaded, the insulation brittled, and then the line is short circuited with the other one. This is the example of cascading failure. Okay, if under frequency and under voltage conditions, that is the load shedding schemes are used. Load shedding schemes are used for under frequency and under voltage. This is the emergency control measure. Okay, then some of the common emergency control measures are used in the power system. So the first one is nothing but the tripping of generators. Okay, the generator tripped. That is also very, very important, because the power system, the main thing what is generation and load demand. The generation mainly depends on the generator. If anything happen in the generator means immediately we take the emergency control measure. The next, load shedding, because the load can be varied, time to time vary. Okay, yeah. So therefore we cannot take the load shedding action. Okay, for bringing back the power system to the normal state. And the next, fast valving of fast water diversion, which leads to the fast reduction in generation. And then the controlled disconnection of interconnected system to prevent spreading of frequency problem also. If the generation vary or load vary, definitely the frequency also vary. So compulsory we have to maintain the frequency, then only our system is reliable. Okay, then what are the other common emergency control measures? Controlled is landing to create local generation. That is the local generation and local balance. Local generation and load balance. Okay, and then the blocking of tap changing transformer. Tap changing, two types of tap changing is there. One is online tap changing, another one is offline tap changing. Online tap changing, the both of things you studied in the transformer and generator subjects in the third semester. Okay, tap change, that means the transformer is in service, we can change the tapping of the transformer, that is called as a online tap changing. That is the on-load tap changer. Okay, when the transformer is in service. Off-load tap changer means what? That means the transformer is switched off, then you can change the tap changing switch of the transformer, that is offload tap changer. Okay, it is used to maintain the voltage only. The fast high voltage DC power transfer control also is the common emergency control measure. And then application of braking resistors also, these are the one of the emergency control measure. Where we take the emergency control measure, that means the operating states of the power system goes from alert state to emergency state if we are not taken the preventive control action. So now the power system is in the emergency state, so immediately we take the emergency control action. Okay, then the power system goes from emergency state to alert state, then alert to normal state only. Okay, students, in this lecture video, I hope that all of you clearly understand the preventive control and emergency control. Okay, all the topics are in the continuation only. Okay, so you clearly understand the concept. Okay, the basic concept, it means that's why I'm telling the key points you can remember, then only you can understand the later topic also. Okay, thank you student for listening this video.